we go. Now, you guys should be accustomed to that music. Once you hear that music playing, how you do your work so well, you, as a fan, should know that is the beginning of the Why Not podcast. I am your host, Mr. Deshaun Dozier, a.k.a. D's for President. What's going on, everybody out here? Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. We need you guys to help this channel grow, because without you, we are nothing. I am back again. Couldn't wait. It's been a while, man. I've been kind of busy. Couldn't wait to get back up in here and chat up with the guys, shoot the shit. I've been busy running around, work shit, playing shit. I've been to a few shows, got to see the Queen, Beyonce. And let me just tell you this, boy. It was in the top 3 greatest performances I've ever encountered. Like, one, what made it so dope was she was literally that close to me. Like, I can see the color of her toenails. Like, it was insane how close she was. And, like, I felt as if she was singing to me at one point. She was sitting on her piano, and she was looking me dead in my face and telling me how much she can replace me. But, like, it was so fucking dope. And during that week, I also went to see 50. I went to see 50 celebrate the 20th anniversary of Get Rich or Die Trying. You guys probably remember I talked about that last time. And also, I got to go to the All Money In concert and watch my bros, my real homies. I watched Cousin Capone and Kabi Supreme, We Dog, and BH and all the guys perform. And it was a tribute to Nipsey, and it was so dope. And also got to go watch the homie Tony Beavers. What's up, Beav? Lil Son, free safety at USC. I watched them put the smack on Nevada. So I've been busy. This has been a busy week. I also went to go see my daughter cheerlead from the stands. She's a cheerleader, and like it's just been a real busy week for me. But now we're back in the studio, and we have some shit to get off our chest. We're also scheduled to be here a few times, so you're gonna be seeing a lot of me. But like I said at the beginning, please like and subscribe. One more thing, go ahead and check out my blind reaction video that I'm doing here. And we'll be dropping that tonight. Look for it tonight. Also, we'll be dropping an episode I shot last week. So go ahead and check that out. Now, so let me start off, since I already started off with the music thing. But if you know me, you know I am a huge sports fan. And this is a big weekend. Like, it's the opening weekend of college football, of the NFL. And how can I not start off any sports-related stories without talking about what happened to Aaron Rodgers? Boy, poor guy. And I've never been an Aaron Rodgers fan. You got to, remember, I am a diehard Trojan. Let's go. And I remember Aaron when he was a Cal Bear with Marshawn Lynch and who the fuck was the coach that time? I remember they had a coach I hated. It wasn't Chip Kelly. He was the Oregon coach. But anyway, and Aaron was good, but it was during a time where no one was seeing USC. So we put the smack down on him. So I've never been an Aaron Rodgers fan, but I give credit when credit is due, and he's a great quarterback. But when he decided to leave Green Bay to go to the Jets, I knew it was just a money grab. At a certain point, when you're a superstar athlete and you're playing in a small market, i.e. LeBron in Cleveland or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in Milwaukee, you want to get out of these small markets and showcase your skill in these bigger markets. So I don't knock him for leaving Green Bay, but I automatically thought, damn, he's not trying to win because he's going to one of those teams. First of all, they have a terrible offensive line. If you watch football, you know that. So who's going to protect you? You're not going to be able to throw. And hot damn, what happened? 4 plays into his New York Jet career, out with an Achilles tendon tear. 4 plays. And it was over just as fast as it started. And if you look at the picture of him coming out of the tunnel, he kind of had this worried look on his face, and I was like, oh, I don't know if he really feel like doing this. Maybe this is just a money grab. Come to find out, it all came to an end within 4 plays. And another thing I read before the game started was he was dating a Kardashian, because during that week, it was Fashion Week in New York City, and like the blogs were going crazy saying Kim Kardashian is now dating Aaron Rodgers. Boy, if that is true, this Kardashian curse might be a real thing. They really have a curse on these men that they date. I hope that's not true, because if that's the truth, please stay away, Kylie, even though I would love to have you on the show, but we cannot date, just so you know. But that was terrible. I hate to see that happen for Aaron Rodgers, and especially for the New York Jets fans, because now they have to deal with the Zach Wilson character, who is basically another Baker Mayfield, like overhyped, think he's better than what he really is, and could never lead a team to the promised land. And if you are a diehard sports fan, especially one out of Los Angeles, we don't accept anything under a championship, so you're not winning shit with Zach Wilson. So I feel sorry for you guys. So that's one of the things I want to get off my chest. Get well soon, Aaron Rodgers. Hopefully you come back and, do something, be a backup quarterback. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the release of BG. Shout out to BG, man. He is out of prison after doing a 13-year bid, 11-year bid. One of the original Hot Boys, BG, is released from prison. And the first thing he did, he went and got his hair done. That's what these niggas do nowadays. Cosmetics. He said, fuck all that other shit. I'm not going to see my family. I don't want to go test drive a Tesla. Nigga, I want to get my hair did. So he went and got his hair done, and a lot of people, they're on him right now because it's some weird-looking videos going out of him shaking his head back and forth and taking it in life. To me, I think the man is just shocked because he's now dealing with reality and with normal people outside of the bar, or outside of those bars, because when you're locked down, you feel like an animal. And like when you're finally free, it's like, especially after doing a whole decade, the world has changed. If you look at how much the world has changed in 10 years, it's a totally different world now. Fashion is different. Cities are different. Music is different. Everything is different. So he's coming out to a whole new world. So it's got to be shocking to the man. So like everybody that's on his head and making these videos about suspect ways, come on, man, get off your mama's couch, get a life. Go do 10 years and tell me how you're going to act once you release. See if you still act the same as you did before you went in. So I just want to shout out to BG, shout out to Cash Money. I heard Birdman talking about a Hot Boy reunion tour. You better fucking believe I will be there once they announce the dates. Shout out to all the Hot Boys, Turk, Juvenile, Manny, Lil Wayne, Juvie, BG, of course, and everyone that's part of Cash Money. Because one thing I always give credit when credit is due. And especially like that's my backbone. Like I always mention, my family is from New Orleans, so that's in my blood. And to see a man come from the slums of New Orleans, the Magnolia Projects, the 9th Ward, the 5th Ward, like I've been in those wards, and it ain't shit there. There's no hope for a lot of those people. And like I got a kick out of seeing this kid come out and not only start a label, but he produced some of the biggest artists in music history. Let's not forget, Young Money is a subsidiary of Cash Money. So not only did Cash Money produce Lil Wayne, Juvenile, the Hot Boys, they also produced Drake and Nicki Minaj. So just that in its own, it's like, God damn, he's a staple in this music. So show respect. And I want to give respect And I can't wait till you guys release the dates on that tour. Let's get it. What else? Let's see. Oh, another thing, since we're talking about music, I don't know if anyone see. I'm on the internet all the time because I got to create content. So I'm reading blogs, I'm reading newspapers, I'm on the internet, I'm listening to reaction videos. And one thing that came across my feed all week was Tyrese. And you know, as an LA native, I kind of listened to what's going on with Tyrese. I remember at a certain point he was popping in the city, even though he's one of the most arrogant motherfuckers I ever met in my life. But anyway, Tyrese popping, and Tyrese went on The Breakfast Club, one of the biggest shows on air right now, and he aired out his grievance with Charlemagne and DJ Envy. And DJ Envy at one point said he had to stay away from Tyrese because he didn't want to box his mouth, whatever the fuck that means. I've never heard no one use that term. DJ Envy, you gotta explain that term, because nigga, don't nobody I know ever use the term box a nigga mouth. Like, that sound hella crazy. But anyway, he told Tyrese he should have boxed his mouth, and everybody was confused to like, why is the host talking to the guest like that? So come to find out, Tyrese was being a creep. Tyrese, a few months ago, was text messaging Envy and his wife, well, really Envy's wife, and telling her shit like, you know, if you had a man like me, that wouldn't have happened, and sending her videos of him on a boat. To me, that's kind of inappropriate. Like, at a certain point, it's like, bro, like, you know, if it's a group text, but come on, Tyrese. You know, come on. You know niggas get hit upside their head with a goddamn spike bat for telling a nigga, bitch, you should have been with me. Like, that's sucker shit. Like, if you're doing that, that's real sucker shit. Like, if the bitch chews up, then go ahead. You can't help it. But like, for you to make a move on supposedly your boy's wife and telling her sucker shit like, you would have been better with me, like, that's fool for shit. And Tyrese, maybe DJ Envy needs to box your mouth. So that shit was on my list of shit I had to go over, because I've run into Tyrese a few times in the city, and I kind of have a problem with him because, like, at a certain point, like, after the second or third time of me meeting him, I really came to the conclusion that, like, this nigga's a bitch. Like, yeah, he's a bitch ass nigga, because, like, the first time I was at a car wash, and there were some young ladies that walked in. He had his fucking Chuck Taylors tied real tight too, which was weird. I'm like, that ain't how we wear Chucks in L.A. This nigga from like Oklahoma somewhere, I don't know. But there were some young ladies that noticed him. I didn't even notice the niggas. I just heard the nigga. I heard the girls going crazy. I'm looking at my phone. Look up, it's Reese. I'm like, oh shit, sweet lady nigga. And then they went over there, and he gave him a look of disgust. And me being a fan of musicians and athletes and anyone who's creating artistically, I never think a person should treat a fan like in a foul way, because it's like, without these fans, you're nothing. Like I always say at the beginning of my show. So for him to look at these girls as if they were like garbage, I felt a certain way. But I'm like, hey, you gotta, you know, maybe he's having a bad day. Then I seen the nigga again at the Beverly Center, and he was walking through, and someone said something, Tyrese, what's up? And he didn't even, I mean, when I say he ignored them, it's like he put more effort into ignoring the person than he would have just acknowledging the person. Like, he made it like his mission to stomp by and not pay attention to the person. I was just like, damn, that's a whole way of doing it. Like, just be like, hey, bro, I'm kind of busy, I'm pushing. But he swung his shoulder back, and like, man, it was so weird. So then that's when I realized, yeah, Tyrese a bitch ass nigga. But now this is coming out and it's confirmed, and I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm with the shit. Like, if you see this, I don't give a fuck. You feel like, oh, this nigga don't know me. Yeah, I don't know you, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're not a bitch ass nigga, but from my accounts, like, you're kind of a broad. And with this whole creep shit you're doing with DJ Envy's wife, that's some sucker shit. And like maybe at a certain point, you know, you gotta admit to your sucker shit. Another thing that's fucking me up right now, I don't know what's going on in LA. I used to spend summers in Michigan and winters in Michigan. And I used to prepare myself for those summers because the mosquitoes were like no other. It was something I can't even explain. But it was something you don't experience here in Los Angeles. But I don't know what the fuck is going on this last few weeks, but I am being attacked by mosquitoes. And then I'm getting like, everyone's telling me, yeah, me too. So what's going on, guys? Is Bill Gates doing some weird shit? Is he releasing like some super fucking bloodthirsty mosquitoes onto the city? I don't know what's going on, but like all jokes aside, like I've been here my whole life, bro, over 40 years, and I've never experienced what I'm experiencing right now. And the type of bites I'm talking about like, nigga, I'm waking up with 17 bites in my fucking scalp, on my ankles, on the back of my kneecap. Nigga, I'm getting bit on the back of my knee, my shins, my big toe. So I was like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know what. I don't really watch the Weather Channel or what's going on, but we are experiencing something in the city we have never experienced, and it's getting weird. So I just had to get that off my chest. So you can see that I'm just flying right now. I'm just getting stuff off my chest because I just wanted to come in today and I just wanted to reach out to the people and get something out there because, like I said, I've been busy. So you're going to have to just bear with me. And one thing I do have to mention, which I'm going to continue to mention until I have someone respond. It's not going to stop. It's going to get old at a certain point. I'm still sitting here with a blank book, Drake. Sorry, Aubrey. I'm not going to stop this until someone responds. And as of right now, yeah, I'm a nobody. Nobody know me. Small little channel. Don't even know how many subscribers I have. Don't even know if anyone's going to ever see this episode. Maybe not. But until someone reaches out to me and explain to me how did I receive a fucking blank book, Aubrey, you are going to get it every time I'm behind the camera. So yeah, it may not get to you. I might be just talking to a wall, but I am going to make it my mission to mention this. My mission. I'm going to mention this every fucking time. I still don't understand how. That's neither here nor there. What else? Shout out. Oh yeah, back to the sports, because I had a whole segment of sports I wanted to go over before I got into like personal shit, but I already skipped that. But I don't want to forget about mentioning the Colorado Buffaloes. Shout out to Prime and his son and everyone in Colorado. They are shocking the sports world right now. They went and beat TCU. Deion's son, what is it, Shiloh? I think his name is Shiloh or Shannon or some weird-ass Hollywood-ass name. But he went and threw for the most yardage in Colorado football history, which everyone was shocked. They beat the TCU Horned Frogs. Then the following week, they also beat Nebraska. So now they are the talk of all of sports, not just college sports, but all of sports. And I just wanted to say to the Colorado Buffaloes, y'all have something coming when you face the USC Trojans. So you guys might be on your high horse and you feeling yourself and you knocking around, but when you face the University of Southern California Trojans, boy, they're going to put a slacking on you guys. And I am right now searching for flights to go to that game because I will be there cheering on my Trojans. Let's get it. But I just want to give Dion and his son and everyone up there in Colorado their props because you had a lot of guys talking shit, a lot of like high end coaches that had a lot of things to say about my boy Prime Time. And I just love the fact he's shoving it in their faces. Like, yeah, especially you, Nick Saban, the nerve of you. How can you even talk shit? Now you're mad because now the NIL gives these kids an option. See, at the time, you had such a strong arm on college football. You'll pay all the top 5-star recruits under the table and tell them come to Alabama. But now these kids can go here and get paid and here and get paid. Because we all know, nigga, you wasn't just getting these 5-star recruits because everybody wanted to play for the Crimson Tide. Let's not forget, Alabama, the Crimson Tide, Roll Tide, was the very last college football team to allow black players on their team. The very last. We're talking about 1971 was the very first year they allowed a black player on their team. So, these kids not growing up wanting to be Alabama Roll Tide. You guys got a history of some fuck shit. And the only reason why you were able to dominate because, one, Nick Saban's a hell of a coach, but two, they had deep pockets and they had a control over the 5-star recruits because not only can they guarantee these kids that they will be on national television, but second and third string guys were going to the NFL and dominating in the NFL. They put out great players. But also, let's not forget, the boosters were putting a lot of money behind these guys. Yeah, and I'm saying it. But now everyone has the option of paying, and it's not under the table payments. These are guys who can legally pay students. So when Prime took this job at Colorado, just off his name, he was able to bring in athletes. And they didn't like it. And on top of that, the transfer portal. So not only was he able to pay people, get them NIL deals, but they were able to transfer and say, I want to play for Coach Prime. So everyone was hating, oh, he's only getting these kids based on his name. No. He's proving them wrong. Not only is he getting these kids based on his name, but he is a fucking hell of a coach, and he has a hell of a coaching staff. And I want to give them dudes their props because they are dominating college football. They're dominating the whole sports, everything right now. But one thing I want them to know is that shit ain't flying when you playing against these Trojans. What else we got to talk about today, guys? Let's see. I'm going to stay on sports because one thing I do love more than sports, and it is sports, but it's the one thing I love more than anything other than my family, is my Dodgers, man. Like, I get emotional when thinking about these motherfuckers because I done been through so much shit with these motherfucking Dodgers. They've taken so much of my childhood, so much of my adulthood. Because, as you know, baseball is a long season. And as a baseball fan, you follow your team throughout the whole season. And next thing you know, from the beginning of spring training to the playoffs, a half of year has gone by. So you got to think you have given up a half of a year every year since your childhood. So, yeah, the Dodgers are a big part of my life. Big part. Not as much as it used to be. Like, it used to change my mood. Like, we lose and, like, but there's the thing that happened in 2017 with us being cheated out of a World Series. Everyone knows we were. The Houston Astros cheated us out of a championship. It took me 2 years to get over that, just to see us get cheated again the next year. Then we won in 2020, and everyone wants to talk shit about it being a shortened season. But just like we had a chance, your team had a chance. So don't take away our championship. But we are in it every year. And this is one of those years where we're in it. And this is one of those years where I feel like anyone can win. But we've been having the worst luck All of our pitchers, from Dustin May, Tony Gonsolin, Walker Buehler, they all been getting hurt, Tommy John surgeries. But we still lead the league, our division in wins. We're the number 2 team in the league. But when it comes to baseball, there's only one thing that's important in the playoffs, and that's pitching. And we got an okay pitching staff, but one of our biggest pitchers, maybe our best pitcher, Julio Urias. This motherfucker goes to the LA Football Club Miami soccer game to go see Messi during the season. And this nigga catch a domestic violence case, bro. He's smacking this bitch in the parking lot. He's smacking her up so bad, someone called the police. It wasn't even his broad. It wasn't like she called and like, oh, Julio whipping my ass. No, he was smacking this bitch up so much that a fucking bystander said, who is this nigga smacking his? And they got rid of him. And like, that just let me know, like, yeah, we don't have a chance, man. And so basically what I'm saying is another wasted year for me. The playoffs hasn't started. Anything can happen, but come on, man. We're not winning shit. So I just want to fucking say thank you, Julio, for being a drunk fucking piece of shit and slapping up your woman in public. You are a fucking idiot. And the crazy thing about that, this is not his first time. He caught a case like this a few years ago. And I want to know, like, when you're a superstar, it's not easy being someone in this town. But when you are someone, how do you not surround yourself with people who would tell you this is not a good idea? Because at any moment, especially with this cancel culture, you can not only drop the bag, you can lose the bag. We watched Kevin Spacey, I'm going to use him as an example, one of the biggest fucking actors in the world. We heard a nigga say he tried to have sex with me when I was a kid. Not he did or he forced. He tried. And we watched him not only get killed off on his #1 show, that nigga ain't been on TV since. So my whole thing is, when you know how easily it can be taken away from you, why do you have people around you that don't tell you to chill? How the fuck is Julio Urias, the ace of the Dodgers, who already have a record of smacking up his girl, how is he at a public function getting drunk, slapping up his girl in public? Who does he have? Because you want to talk about dropping the bag. This was the last year of his contract. He's a free agent coming into next year. And at 27 years old, and the way they're paying guys in Major League Baseball, he was set to have a 5 to 10 year contract valued at $250 to $350 million. So when you say dropping the bag, boy, this nigga fumbled it. He dropped it. He slipped. He's holding on to something with no fingers. So I just don't understand how, as a somebody in this town, can you have a bunch of nobodies around you? Because I'm going to tell you like this, and I'm being honest. Not if, but when this shit blow up right here, nigga, the only niggas that's going to be around me is niggas that's going to help me and this channel and this media and this company blow. Other than that, nigga, you not with me. If you one of them niggas that gonna jump out your car and slap a man in the face because he cut you off in traffic, you not with me if I have a name out here. If you one of them niggas that like to party and you want to take advantage of a woman that had too much to drink because she winked at you, you ain't hanging with me. If you one of them niggas that still want to sell drugs, when you got a nigga that's making millions, nigga, you ain't gonna be with me. So I just want to understand, how is this happening? And I'm mad. I'm really pissed off about it. And I ain't making no excuses for him. Fuck you, Julio. You shouldn't be slapping bitches. And hopefully, the spirit of Vince Scully helped us to win this World Series this year, so we can shut everybody up. Let's see. So that's my whole sports take. And another thing, shout out to Killer Cam and Murder Mace. It is what it is. Sports show is the greatest sports show on the internet right now. If you haven't checked it out, you should, boy. I really love what they have going on right now. I remember when they first started, there was a certain two hip hop podcasters that had something to say about them having a failing show, and boy, did he make him eat those words. They just signed, I believe, a $30 million deal with one of the sports betting apps. So shout out to them. Let's see, what else do I have before I let you guys go? I just had to come on. I got let's see, I got a guest list of upcoming guests who will remain silent because I don't want to pump people up and then have someone flake on me. So I got a list of people that's coming up. I can't wait. And this is the beginning. We're still learning, and this show is going to be something. And I just, like I keep telling you, please just stick with us. Like, subscribe. This is the Why Not Podcast. I am your host, Deez, and this is it. Let's get it.